Energy, sincerity, clarity of vision, creativity, mission statement for safari as a way of life. To explore the unknown and the familiar, distant and near, and to record in detail with the eyes of a child any beauty of the flesh or otherwise. There is little difference between exploring and being lost. I'm Kathy Eldon, founder and chair of the Creative Visions Foundation. The Creative Visions Foundation was launched in 1998 to celebrate creative activists like Dan Eldon, my son, who was a young photojournalist who was killed in Somalia in 1993. He was a young man who was an artist, he was a photographer, he was an activist and an adventurer. And he used his art and photography to create awareness of important issues and catalyze positive change. When he was a very young fellow, he took on a major challenge. A friend of his needed a heart operation, young Maasai girl, and he was able to muster support from all of his friends using his art to stir up inspiration among other children. They raised $5,000, which at that time was sufficient to have the heart operation. He went in as a young photojournalist. He was one of the first people into Somalia, and he was drawing attention to a terrible famine that really nobody knew about. His work and that of others launched Operation Restore Hope and was to bring aid to hundreds of thousands of Somalis. Right after Dan was killed, I was desolate, and I was determined to do something that would transform the horror of his death into something positive that I could really live with. And very early on, we created an exhibition and a book called Images of Conflict. It's visited universities and colleges and galleries and high schools all over the country, and now we want to take it all over the world. The last exhibit was wonderful, but it was heavy and hard to ship. The next exhibit is a pop-up exhibit that any fool can put up in 2 hours or less. It just pulls open like an old-fashioned screen.
We are setting up the first ever Dan Eldon traveling pop-up exhibit.
It's almost like the work has a mystical, magical quality that stirs people and makes them want to take on the world in a whole different way.
It's very inspiring.
It just inspires me to use the things that I love in a creative way.
It is pure inspiration, and we're hoping that when people come and experience the pop-up, or if they see it online, that it will inspire them to want to make a contribution, do something outrageously wonderful for the world around them and for themselves. We're looking for sponsors and people to climb on board and help us create inspiration in thousands, hundreds of thousands of people around the world. That the exhibit will live online as well, so that anyone, anywhere can visit it and enjoy it. The intention of the foundation is to support the concept of creative activism, which is that anyone, anywhere can really transform an idea into action, and using media and the arts can communicate it to a larger audience and really make a difference in the world. All you have to do is take the first step and know that you are the change. Each one of us is the change, and we can do it. Gandhi said it best: be the change you wish to see in the world. We all have the power to change our world, and I have seen it over and over again, the power of a creative vision.